Just find my center. It's a special musical episode.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, musical episode. It's musical. It's dramatic. There shall be drama.
Yeah.
Like weird relationships that you have to really investigate, and you discover something secretive somewhere close to the second act. Like right after intermission, right before intermission. Ooh.
We ready for a beat?
Musicals.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, hit them with the beat and let's remind them what we need. What do we need? We need you to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure that you visit our website, HattiesburgBoys.com. Hattiesburg Boy.
The Z is non-negotiable. The Z is non-negotiable.
If you spell Hattiesburg Boys with an S,
non-negotiable.
what are you doing with your life? I like the evolution of my character in this strange intro.
Whoa.
He was in space, now he's preaching. Didn't plan it. What planet is he from? This is also slam poetry. Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
And Facebook, I guess, because, you know, we want to tell you some stuff about politics.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
Subscribe. That's the only way we survive. Subscribe, survive.
That's how we live.
Go to our...
We live. That's how we live. We're live.
That's how we live. We're living.
We're living it up.
And also make sure you go... What was that? To our Anchor.fm page. You can subscribe. You can like 99 cents a month. That's all we're asking for. Come on, it's $1. Think about all the silly things you spend dollars on just on a daily basis.
On a basis.
Don't give it to Jeff Bezos. Don't give it to Amazon. They don't even let their workers unionize. Okay? Give it to us. Plot twist, this episode is just this for about 30 minutes or so.
30 more minutes
Of this.
30.
That hurt a little.
Are we ready to start the show?
Start the show.
The show?
Start the
show. Hottest Street Boys, Hottest Street Boys, the Hottest Street Boys, the Hottest Street Boys, the Hottest Street Boys, Hottest Street Boys, Hottest Street Boys, it's the Hottest Street Boys.
Like and subscribe. Amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Dude, that was our intros are getting better.
I think so. I concur with you.
That's one of those where it's fun because you have no idea how you're going to get out of that situation. We really painted ourselves into a corner there with a space musical.
Yeah.
Like really did.
We did.
But I feel like we got out.
If you say so. I feel like we're still in it.
Dude, are we still in space musical purgatory?
I'm just trying to live.
Don't tell me how to live, okay?
Don't tell me how to live.
I need to live my live.
That's
all right? So, dude, so what'd you get up to this past week? You were in NOLA, huh?
Well, let's not go there yet. I got to tell you about my week. I want to, we're going to talk about what's transpired.
Okay, all right, I'll back up. Fine.
Okay, back it up.
Okay, back it up.
Thursday night, I went down to the Elks Lake Music Park for a little homegrown revival. It was a nice time. I mean, there's some good music. Rashad the Blues Kid,
Ryan and Jesse Super Jam with a bunch of locals, as
Yeah.
well as Carrie Hudson and Katrina Miller.
They're great.
It was a tremendous time.
They're awesome.
It was like a low-key chill Thursday. It was nice, and it was actually kind of chill, so,
Yeah, but people still showed up. It's a whole outdoor thing, right?
Yeah.
So plenty of space, super
Plenty of
safe.
space, outdoors. It was a fun time.
Dude, I love hanging out outside. It's the best.
And what was also nice is people were coming up and commenting about how much they enjoy our podcast. So that was nice. Shout out to Emily for coming up and saying how much she enjoyed our podcast. So
For real, that's awesome. That's great. I actually got to see John Causey play, the dude I played with for the wedding last week. He's playing at SoPro, and it was the same kind of vibe. It's really cool to see people, and people have been incredibly nice about our show, which makes me feel good.
yeah, you should. You should feel good.
You say that like I shouldn't. The tone you had was like I shouldn't feel good.
No, you should feel good.
But the message.
No, I
liked your message.
I
there.
appreciate that.
I like that. It was a very interesting.
Didn't like the tone.
Space musical has kind of messed with our brains, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super fun. This past week for me, I was working out at Versus. I started my first week, Operation Hollywood.
Yeah, you're toning up. Oh, here we go.
It's this time I feel like I should be ambiguously foreign, and I'm big into being part-time model, and I'm getting fit.
There
So
you
you
go.
can see the veins in my arms, and that's what I want to be able to do, is to look very good. Okay, I can't do that
Yeah.
anymore.
You sound like Mark Lux.
I love that guy. Shout out! I'm about to. He doesn't know yet, but I'm about to take tennis lessons from that dude. Anyway,
Dude, you should. He's awesome tennis
once
player.
I get fit at Versus, so Nathan Days, he's helping me out. Like basically, I'm relearning how to work out. I actually filmed the whole thing in I'm calling it a short film. I refuse to call it a vlog just because that sounds gross. It's the links in the description below if people want to see what it's like to go work out at Versus with a personal trainer. It's really cool. It's been very difficult though, man.
I've seen some of your stuff on social media. It looks like he's whooping you pretty good. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of work. I guess that's what working out is. So, yeah, you're getting whooped.
Well, it's not. It looks like that. He's just teaching me how to do workouts that I've always ignored. So I've had lots of injuries because of that, because I was afraid to do them. Or honestly, you get past a certain age and you don't want to like go into a gym and ask somebody how to work out. So it has been like kind of tough to like swallow my pride, but it's been really great because I've learned a ton of stuff. And I already feel so much better.
Well,
back
that's awesome.
Back pain's better and all that stuff. So this week has been really great for me. I've been really excited.
Yeah, I was going to say you had the week off from teaching, so you got, a little spring break action.
I got to live like a YouTuber. It was pretty fun, actually.
Wow.
I did a lot of so doing the Versus video took up a lot of time. Doing this podcast from last week, the Ray's episode also, but it was just, man, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being able to just kind of do video things, and then if I wanted to relax, could relax. So yeah, we were on spring break, and it was much needed. So,
That's great.
back to the grindstone this week.
Yeah. Well, I was going to tell you, I went to New Orleans this past weekend.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah.
I tried to say it earlier.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, you refused. But
Yeah.
okay, so now you're ready to talk about
I'm ready to talk about
your sweatshirt.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Who dat, baby?
Yeah. Who dat?
So what was NOLA like?
It was fun. It was, NOLA's still a fun place. It's still kind of a low-key vibe, but, I had a lot of fun. Got to see some great friends, played some disc golf. I didn't wear very much sunscreen on my face, and now I'm kind of got this lobstery look.
You look fine. Quit. You're obsessing about it. No one will notice.
I'm very
especially
red.
not Mike.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody will notice. Sure.
Well, hey, look, you're getting the vitamin D, and the vitamin D is what fights
Yeah.
viruses. So
That's true.
really, you're being extra safe.
Well, I don't know. I
It's a
I don't feel safe. I
That's
feel
a
like I might
safety
get skin
sunburn.
cancer on my face. So
No, you'll be all right. So what shows did you go see when you were down there?
Well, okay, so I played in a disc golf tournament on Saturday, but afterwards I went to a show at the Trash Pile with my friend Brian Evans. We went to go see Luther Dickinson of North Mississippi All-Stars was down, and they have this cool venue called the Trash Pile, and it's kind of like a backyard. It's very low key. It's like limited capacity, open air. A lot of people are wearing masks. It's very cool. It's just like a backyard show, really.
But it wasn't trash.
It was not trash.
So the name's kind of misleading.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think like it was. I guess it's got a look. It's got really cool graffiti on the walls and stuff. It's like a small stage, but it was very cool.
I like that. Is it one of those places like you kind of have to be a local to know about it?
I mean, a lot of locals do know about it, but I've actually, I guess because I'm friends with a lot of people from New Orleans, that I see a lot of shows going on down there at the trash pile.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Well, I love New Orleans. I really want to see them come back. I feel like if you can come back from Katrina, though, this is going to be,
yeah,
this will be no problem. We're actually possibly going to do some stuff down there in New Orleans with my buddy Greg Sorensen. Shout out to Greg. Not gonna I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, don't give it all away.
But I'm just saying I'm excited about I love going to New Orleans. I'm ready to go visit again.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun place to be. I got some crawfish. I got to see some friends and eat a little crawfish, and yeah, good times.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, SoPro was awesome this past weekend. I do need to. I feel like I talk about it every week, but it was great to see people outside. John Causey playing music. He does the loop stuff, man. He was like beatboxing for drum. Because I was like, hey, man, I'm in town. I'm just chilling. I'll come play drums with you. And he's like, well, I do these loops and stuff. And I was like, I didn't know if it was like Muzak loops or whatever. And I show up and he's like beatboxing and looping his own drum parts to, and then he plays guitar and sings to it. And it's really cool. I don't see a lot of singers and guitar players doing that type of thing. So it was really entertaining just watching him play, and then just being able to, hung out with old Becky Chandler, Miss Hattie's Vintage.
Yeah.
Getting to see the people again is really, really nice, whether you're in Hattiesburg or New Orleans. And then, saw a bunch of people went up to the depot, got some coffee. Our coffee mugs aren't in yet. I shouldn't have put that kind of pressure on the Postal Service.
Put the pressure.
Poor U.S. Postal Service is so stressed.
They still have my love,
man,
holding it down.
Hey, they're doing a great job, but went and got some coffee at the depot, and man, just had like a good old Hattiesburg week,
Yeah,
it's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about our guest today. We got Mike Lopinto coming up here, man. It's gonna be.
I was gonna say we're sitting here talking about how we saw some live music, got to see some live shows, and here comes Mike.
Yeah, he's responsible for like 50% of the shows within a year here in Hattiesburg. So
yeah, he does a lot for this community when it comes to concerts and performances and stuff. So it's quite amazing. Quite
literally, the Hattiesburg Concert Association. So kind of a big deal in the arts community. So that's gonna be fun. We got that musical game.
Yeah.
Lined up for him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna stump him pretty good.
We're gonna stump him. So heck yeah, man. Well, I think let's get him.
Yeah, let's bring him on.
Yeah. All right.
Mike.
Mike. Hump day. He's gonna hate that.
Magical Mike Lopinto beans. He's got magical
Cool beans.
Magical beans. Mike Lopinto beans. Mike Lopinto beans. Mike Lopinto beans. Mike Lopinto.
What?
Mike Lopinto beans. They're magical. It's a magical fruit. Magical fruit. It's a magical fruit. It's a magical fruit. Mike Lopinto. Mike Lopinto. Lopinto. Oh, but you didn't know.
Hey, hold up. Cut it. Mike Lopinto's on next.
All right.
Hardest Street Boys. Hardest Street Boys.
Mike Lopinto, it's great to have you here. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. Was that clap on, clap off? Is that how that works?
That's how it works.
But the lights are working.
It's the same with the cameras and everything. These are all clap activated.
Oh, well, there we go. Here we
exactly.
go. Goodbye, everyone.
No, don't leave. No. So, Mike, how have you been in this past year. It's been very challenging for the arts. What have you been up to, and how have you dealt with this past 365 days?
Well, it's funny because I've really been thinking about it because we're right at the point filming this that it's just been a year like this week. And I'll be honest with you, not good. I think I've smiled through a lot of it and just sort of laughed at things because that's sort of how I deal with it. But I think we all went into this thinking, okay, we're going to hunker down for 2 weeks and it's going to be fine. And we all went 2 weeks and then 4 weeks and then it's April and it's May and we're canceling things and everything was going. And so at first it was just sort of like, okay, well, let's hunker down party. So it was like, hurricane in your house. We got our goodies. We're going to stay in the house playing games. I watched TV series. And then suddenly the reality of I'm now canceling things that, you've been working on for years. And I told people that between my job with the School of Music and HCA, which is Festival South, and then Hub City Players, all those things that I do, I canceled somewhere in the neighborhood of 140 something events that I was involved with at a lot of levels, and things were really rolling forward with them. And so I told somebody, I said it was sort of like being the stood up bride at 140 weddings, and you'd get a little more excited about each one. Like, okay, well, the next week we're going to be able to do this one at first. And then it became quite apparent that wasn't going to happen. Right. So I will tell you that not good was really the answer. But I think looking back, a lot of good has come from it. And I think we'll look back at this and find some good things about it. But it hasn't been fun.
Well, well, and it's one of those things we do kind of, we're glossing over it now just because we're still kind of in it, I think. But I think it's important to remember this because we took so much for granted before this all happened. I think when the arts do come back, when we're able to have shows like we used to, it's going to be, I think you're going to see an unprecedented level of support.
And I hope so. I really hope people, I know that on our side, the things we are planning and have planned, I mean, it's like, okay, for February and this for 2022, and look, we're looking at 2023 now, and what are we doing? And so there's so much planning going on because I think that's just what we know to do. And I think we're going to come back with a fervor, and I hope people will, like I said this in one of my first posts that I saw, like from, thank you, Facebook, for memories, that said, I hope people, when we do come back, will just bombard us in a way that we've never seen before. Yeah. Because, a lot of people are back in school, are back doing things, but so many arts things, we're shut down still. Mm-hmm. And we were talking just off air, we're still not thinking we're going to be quite there even in the next month or two, just because of the limits of people being able to see a show, right, and the limits of performers being able to interact with each other. Mm-hmm. So especially in theater world, dance world, those kind of things, that's become really difficult. And we've come up with interesting digital ways to do all of this. I mean, even this is a product of, some of those kinds of technologies. And right. Theater at Southern Miss is doing that. We broadcast some Festival South stuff. Right. It's just not the same. As you know, sitting in a room with people like this is really exciting for me, actually, because I'm pretty much staying by myself. I haven't been very many places until like the last few weeks doing some things for USM. And but there was a time where I had not been on campus in almost a year. Wow. And that's just, when people used to joke with me that I had a bed in the PAC somewhere because I never left. So that's highly unusual for me.
Well, and it is, even this is fun, but you don't have an audience. All our audience is digital. So you don't, no one's behind that. So it is kind of odd not, getting that feedback from a crowd. And the other thing is with shows, and the same thing goes with shows at like a place like Thirsty Hippo, you want it to be packed out. Like it has to, financially, it doesn't make sense if it's not.
Correct.
So everything that you would want as an artist or as a promoter or as an organizer is exactly what the CDC is telling us not to do. So I think that's kind of why I think sports have been back, because it's, you can do stuff outdoors, you can spread people out, but I guess I see the difficulty in how you make shows happen the way they used to exist, if that makes sense.
Right. What we were talking right before this is just the number of tickets we need to sell to be able to financially afford things is one problem. But then do you really want to come see, like we were talking, Kinky Boots? Yeah. Do you want to come see Kinky Boots and it's going to be masked and everybody's going to be 6 feet apart. So the love story will be, I love you. I love you. Isn't that great? And that kind of thing. It's just not the same.
Right.
And I think it's just different. But also, this from any kind of performance that we've done together, and comedy, anything that you do, the audience can drive it to another place. And while you can do something and you can think you're funny or do something, there's that immediate reaction that you can ride that wave, or you can adjust it to make it a whole different thing every night a little bit. And that's what I miss. That live aspect just cannot be replaced. And we're lucky in Hattiesburg that we had such a calling for that. I think we're going to have it again. I just hope people will, as soon as they're comfortable, will embrace that and come out and, big time, guys. We need you badly, all of us.
Well, and it's one of those things where you need the audience, you need the people, you need the support, you need it to be back to the way it was. Really, there's no way to fake having a full crowd and the energy of a full crowd. So
for sure.
So what are some of the ways, you mentioned HCA, that's a Hattiesburg Concert Association. What are some of the ways you're pivoting to bring the arts to people in this, troubling time?
When we realized we had to cancel Festival South last summer, and all the Meister Singers concerts that they do, we reached out to everybody and asked if they would mind recording something for us. So that was our first step. And this was real early in the pandemic. So we were March, we were out. In April, we started asking that question of, hey, we're not going to do this summer. Will you record something for us? And every artist said yes. And the other thing we asked them to do is, can you put us on your calendar for 1 year from now, and let's see where we are from there. So basically all of Festival South 2020 moved to 2021. At least we hope it is at this point. Right. We're still about a month away from making that final call, but all of those people recorded things, and we did streaming events where we interviewed people just like this, and we were able to run those performances from all these different artists, and they were like a little teaser for what was to come. We did several concerts through the year as well. We did a Bachtoberfest. We've put out several different productions, and we've partnered with other groups around the state to put out different things that we had. We had dance events, we've had children's events, we've had things from Kinky Boots, from the musicals, from chamber music, all of those different things in video formats, and they've lived on YouTube. And the interesting thing about that is during the live broadcast, we had a decent audience, but since that time, I think the count was like 25,000 people have seen those videos, which is like the attendance of Festival South, and they sort of live out there, and do that. It was really kind of, the digital thing I think has taken everybody by surprise a little bit. I mean, we understood broadcasting from, TV and those kind of entities like that, and now everybody's doing it. We were just doing it with your phone. We're making videos. We're doing that all over the place where it's like, wow, I filmed an interview yesterday with an artist, and it was my phone on 4K. Who would have thought, just years ago, when you say stuff like, hey, take a picture, get your phone. Wait, that's the strangest statement in the world, but now it's everything. So it's really at our fingertips, and I think we're exploiting that. And I don't think that's going to go away. So we pivoted really quickly, which we were happy for, but finding content and keeping content is still challenging in doing it in a way that's really high quality.
Yeah.
It's, because it is your phone sometimes. And so some of the things we were fortunate to work with a group at USM and John Plaskota and his folks, and really do some great sound for our Bachtoberfest and some great video. But I mean, that was a whole undertaking of, mass performers in a building, this much time in the building, and, everybody tested, and everybody, was, it's a challenge in itself.
Well, and you really want to post, you try and post daily on social media too. We try and do that, but this is like, every episode we do here, this is hours and hours. I mean, this is an undertaking, fortunately we love doing it. And I think that's kind of, it's interesting to see that on the digital side, where that's how I felt about performing, playing drums and stuff, where, I put a lot of effort into it, a lot of work, and sometimes you feel like you don't get the recognition you want, but it's still that labor of love. Like people, I think that's very unique, being in the athletic world and the artistic world, you don't really get that same vibe from athletes. Like the arts, it's such a labor of love, and it's so much labor because there's so much love. It's a different kind of passion. Is that something you see in the arts community?
Oh, absolutely. And I think this too, is that shows are fleeting. It's the process you have to enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's the hours and hours and hours of whether it's a live performance or anything else. We do a musical theater thing at Southern Miss with the Southern Opera Musical Theater Company. And I told them, I said, the hours that I have put in before I even got to the room with you to make sure this works are just like, if I counted, I would probably just quit.
Right.
You know, if I really did. But I love it. And it was fun. And this became a real challenge of how do you do a musical? And we're going to film it outside and distanced and all these different things and still make it interesting and fun. But the hours that go in, that has to be enjoyable. That process has to be fun. And I think that actually makes the product better at the other end because you can feel that intangible of somebody really worked hard for this. I think if you're just struggling to make it work, eventually it's just like, I'm just going through the motions. Yeah. And I think in the arts, you find that a little bit less. I think even in athletics to some extent, you can tell the teams who have a passion for they're going to win. Right. I mean, when everything is, they're going to make this happen. And, it may not go the way they want, but they fought hard and you can see that sometimes. And that's more what it's about at the end of the day. And I think that's why the arts are so inspiring to lots of people because it is part of your life. It is not necessarily just a career or just a thing on the side. It is that plus it sort of completely inhabits you and keeps you up at night and wakes you up early in the morning to do these things.
It does. You don't just, punch in.
Right.
You don't just clock in. So, yeah, that's cool to hear you say that too, because I feel the same way, and we kind of come from different disciplines too, but that's the other thing that I've missed from the arts community is that, I know you from playing drums for musicals. Rock of Ages was the first big one I did for you, and shout out to Tammy Mansfield. Love Tammy. But it's so fun doing stuff like that where I would love to be an actor, right? But I would never be in a musical because I just don't feel confident in my singing. And it's cool to get to feel like you're kind of an actor being around the actors. That's what I really enjoyed about those shows. Is that something from an actor's perspective? Maybe it's fun hanging out with the band, or does that go both ways?
Oh, look, I was watching something on TikTok. Yes, I have TikTok. The other day that somebody said the feeling you get when a Zitz probe happens. Okay, for Zitz probe, there's the word of the day for everyone. But that's the first time the band or orchestra plays with the cast because most of the time they've been with a piano or sometimes a track the whole time, and suddenly the band comes in. It's the most exciting, electric, crazy feeling. And I think the band actually feels that too because suddenly it's real for the first time. Like it's just you've been doing all this rehearsal and suddenly it's real. And usually that's like the week of a show it's going to happen. There's just something magic about that. And I'll tell you that with Hub City Players, one of the things we really tried to do is we found a need for, the reason it came up was we found a need for so many of these talented folks. We think about Hattiesburg a lot of time with musicians, and we have artists, and we have singers, and we have stuff. But as far as musical theater people, which is sort of this weird breed of person, we have so many talented people here. And we found that there was a group of people who just functioned at a little faster pace and were a little better at this. And if we could take those people and quickly do a show, and Rock of Ages was our first full stage musical. We had done a bunch of cabarets before that. But taking all those people and in 3 weeks, costume sets, design, learn it, sing it, play it, and then the last week, tech it and do it. And there's just an adrenaline to that, but that level of performer doing that. But what you find with those folks and what we always try to do with Hub City Players, and it's sort of spilling over into the other groups that Tammy and I work with because I can never say anything without Tammy. It's like we share a brain. My sister, she calls me, I'm her work husband. So she's my work wife. So we call it drama-free drama. That's something she coined. And it's when we leave at night, when we're finished, we'll all go hang out. Let's go to Waffle House. Let's do something. We're friends when we started it. We're friends when we ended. We're probably better friends. We have all checked on each other all through this pandemic. Like the whole cast is like, are we doing this? What are we doing? What do I have to do? Can I find you? Can I help you? I mean, everybody's been so nice, and that's a different kind of family. And so a lot of theater families are, even though the show ends, sometimes everybody goes boop in their separate ways. And ours, they kind of do, but we mostly live here in town, so we actually interact again at different times. You are so red. I know.
I got a lot of sun this weekend.
I know. We talked about this off camera, but I was like, I just looked over and went, he's getting redder by the second.
He's not embarrassed. He just was,
I'm very embarrassed.
He was disc golfing. Well,
I'm sorry. It's just Totally. Sorry.
Thank you.
When you talk about the Zitz Pro, we did that for Sister Act. That was the last major show we did for Festival South. And that was one of those things, because a lot of shows don't have the traditional Zitz Pro just because usually it's a budgetary issue. To get a whole band in is quite the undertaking. And that was a magical, like, hearing people sing, because for musicians, I've been working to the recording, or I've just been reading it off the page, and I've been in a shed by myself, with my drum set. That's pretty much it. So seeing that come together is really a beautiful thing, and it's one of those things where you need everybody together. You want everybody close, and so that is one of those. That's another thing that I've just kind of forgot that I missed until now.
Sister Act was sort of an amazing thing. Like, I will tell you that it's a cute show, and we originally weren't going to do that show. We sort of happened upon it the summer before when we did an LOL Cabaret. We did not do a show the summer before. And I was just watching the cabaret, and as everybody was performing, I went, why haven't we thought about Sister Act? Like, we are sitting on this cast. Like, they are right here in front of us. And right after the show was over, I walked up to Tammy and I went, Sister Act. And she looked at me and she just went, and I went, it's here. And I immediately walked up to Letitia Hamilton, who played our Dolores. And if you haven't met Letitia, she is a force of nature and the sweetest human being ever, super musician, guitar playing singer. And I looked at her and I went, Sister Act. And she just went, I'm in. And I went, you need to go look at it. Let's start talking. And immediately it was just done. And it basically cast itself. It's one of those things that when you know it's right, when it all just happens.
Yeah.
And boy, it was the right people at the right time, and so many talented folks in that show. And it was a joy the entire ride. And so many people just showed up and showed out. But I mean, you think about Sister Act and you think about the nuns, but the thugs in that show, the guys, were hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what sort of led us to Kinky Boots, is out of that group of people, we were like, okay, you're a star.
Yeah,
with one of the people in that to be in Kinky Boots. And it was like, okay, wonder if they'd want to do that.
Yeah.
And just happened to talk to them, and it worked out. So one day we'll get to do this show eventually.
One day. Well, we had Ray Bradford on last week, and he just released a cover of this Mumford & Sons song, like a soul cover, and Letitia's singing. And we were talking about it. We were like, man, Letitia is... How is she still in Mississippi at all? First of all, she should be in Hollywood. She should be some... I'm not complaining. I'm glad she's here. But Ray was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. We need to use her in more things while she's here. But yeah,
so here's the deal. Her whole family sings, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
her whole family sings and plays, and they sang for us on a Christmas thing a few years ago, and her and her two sisters did all the Pointer Sisters Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, I'd just like to just go hang out at their house.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's how I discovered it. I actually saw on her Facebook, they had a video of them just sitting around, just goofing off playing. And I was like, can I just come while y'all goof off and just hang out, you know? And I was like, y'all got to do this. So
that's true talent. When you see somebody is that good with that, seemingly it's just effortless.
And genuinely one of the nicest people alive. And that's a big deal.
And you're rooting for people like that.
Correct.
Because there's lots of people who are talented and just decide that they can be a jerk because they can. And Letitia's one of those people who I feel like she actively is trying to be positive. And I think that's something that's you have with the Hub City Players. And the reason it's been so successful is that it starts from the top. You and Tammy are positive people. You're fun to be around. But then that also attracts other positive people and people who just really want to do their best for the show and do their best for each other, because that's what it is. It's not necessarily, I love the art, but I love the people more.
For sure.
You know what? Are you ready to play a game?
Oh no. Sure. Yes, I am.
We're leaving that in. All right. We're going to play. This is Guess That Musical Ping Pong.
Okay.
Let's play a game.
Guess That Musical.
Ping Pong edition.
Okay, the way this works is I'm going to show you a picture of a playbill from a Broadway musical. I blacked out part of it, all right? Okay. And you have to guess what it is. And then the reason it's ping pong edition is you're going to go to Jamie, and Jamie's he's going to actually read you a lyric from a show without the tune. So it's like super tough. And you're going to have to guess what show it's from.
Ping pong edition.
Ping pong.
Exactly.
And Tammy, we know you're at home, and we know you're going to yell the answers out.
You need to be here. Like, you're better at this.
If you know the answers.
I need psychic vibes, please. Please, you're way better at this than me.
All right, here we go. And away we go.
Okay, that's Something Rotten.
Ding dong.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was right. All right. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
So I need to finish this? Or
No, you just need to guess the show.
Oh, that's Oklahoma.
All right.
It's the first line of Oklahoma. Oh, that's Me and My Girl. I actually got to see that on Broadway.
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in.
It's almost like being in love. What's it from? Ah! Oh, no.
Oh, it's okay. You
You got the song right, though.
Oh, Frozen. Please let it go.
There were bells on the hill, but I've never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all.
Till there was you. That's from Guys and Dolls, I believe. No, what's it from? There were bells on the hill. Gosh, see, I don't like.
Ping
I know
Pong
the
Edition.
song.
It's a show about me.
Ah!
It's called Music Man.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow.
Close.
I suck.
Close.
She
Here
was-
we go.
Tammy. Oh, Rent. 525,000.
Okay. Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair.
Sitting the Clowns. That's a little night music. Sondheim. That I
Good.
know. Oh, it's Les Mis.
Ping pong. Start the car. I know a whoopee spots where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there is a nighty brawl.
A nightly brawl.
Nightly brawl.
Nighty brawl.
You know I can't
That's
read.
a whole different thing.
That's a
A
different-
nighty night.
and all that jazz from Chicago.
Nice.
Anastasia.
Yep.
Does it fall
Jamie.
from this? Oh, sorry.
We're putting him to work today.
I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string.
It's from South Pacific.
Is it?
Isn't it?
It's not.
Okay,
next. Avenue Q.
Yep.
I got the art. You see, I could do the art stuff. That's where I work.
It won't be easy. You'll think it's strange when I try to explain how I feel.
Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, from some Evita.
Nice.
Ooh, is that? What is that?
It's tough.
Stumper.
It has a baker.
Well, I think it's Into the Woods, but
Yep.
that's like the original old artwork, not the new artwork. Yeah.
Don't tell me not to fly. I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you.
Don't tell me you're allowed to rain on my parade. That's from Funny Girl.
Nice.
Beetlejuice. Got to see it before Broadway closed.
In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. God on high, hear my prayer.
Oh wait, that's skip. You skipped shows now.
Oh, am I? Okay, sorry.
The first one
Yeah.
was Memory from Cats.
Nice.
Yeah. Twofer.
Alexander Hamilton.
Here we are together in the middle of the night. Don't talk of spring, just hold me tight. Anyone who's ever been in love will tell you that this is no time for a chat.
Wow, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Show me from my fair...
Show me. Yeah, from my favorite. That's probably Chicago. Mm-hmm. One of the many random leading lady covers.
To bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go.
This is my quest. It's Man of La Mancha.
Man, you were killing it.
Wicked. This is like, I'm getting dizzy.
Did I already do this? Dawn's promising skies, petals on a pool, drifting. Imagine these in one pair of eyes.
Wow.
That's
Oh, you might as well hit that. I don't know what that is. Is that Phantom?
without the mask. How'd you get that?
No, it's Phantom. Like it's Phantom with the rose too. So that's like the old original Phantom playbill too.
Hold my hand,
And
we're halfway there. Hold my hand, and I'll take you there.
Somehow, someday, somewhere, West Side Story.
Nice.
Newsies. Hi, Jeremy Jordan.
Even knew the guy in the art. That's amazing.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play?
Bum. Sunrise Sunset from Fiddler on the Roof. Ooh. Is that Amelie? I don't know what that is. I don't recognize that at all.
Got him. I knew I'd get you. I don't know who it is either, but I have to look it up.
When you walk through
Now
a
I'm hurt.
Oh,
Like-
sorry. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark.
Carousel.
Yep.
Ooh.
These are the obscure ones.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Because you've guessed every other one. So the last two are like, if you know these.
Wow. So it's some Americana something. That's not ragtime though. It's not Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, is it? I'm gonna go with that.
No. I forget the title.
Yeah, Drew over there.
So that's the other thing. I did all this artwork in the last hour, but I didn't make an answer key. So I'll know later.
I'm really like curious. Like I was like, was I?
That's for
That's
you.
for me.
That's for you.
That's for, whatever. Just read your words.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I'm doing well on his side over here.
When the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new romance? ?
Oh, is that not for me? I thought you were just asking me.
Yes, I was
I
asking
would be
you
a
that.
new romance.
Oh, okay.
It's all for you. So it's King and I. The what? I can't even see what that is. Like, what
nothing to-
is
here,
that?
we'll go to the
like
next
there's
one.
almost nothing on
We'll go
the
to the next
screen.
one.
What
We'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one.
Oh, that's Sideshow.
There you
that
go.
I know.
There you go.
My word, I was like, I don't even see anything on the screen. It's like, what are those shoes? And it's some old thing with the opening night sticker playbill. Like you went through like vintage playbills.
I did. I literally Googled obscure musicals.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction.
I've been told that before. That would be Hey Big Spender from
Got the song.
shoot.
What show is
It's not
it
Pal
from?
Joey. It's Hey Big Spender.
Got the song.
It's I'm a Brass Band. It's If They Could See Me Now from I can't remember this show.
What is it?
Sweet Charity.
Sweet Charity.
Oh,
Gosh, I
man.
got on Pal Joey for some reason in my head. Oh, that's 6. I was supposed to see like right after opening night of 6 and Broadway shut down.
Oh, really?
I was leaving for New York within 24 hours of shutdown.
Oh, my God.
Does it fall from skies above? Is it underneath the willow tree that I've been dreaming of?
Ooh, wait. I've got to hear it in the fall from skies above to this problem. I'm dreaming of. Ooh, I hit the mic. Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. I gotta let it go.
It's from Oliver.
Here we go.
Last one.
Please, may I have some more?
Last picture.
Ooh,
This arguably this
is
title could be named after me, because you know what it is. Bright Star.
Bright Star. And certainly you are a Bright Star.
Thanks.
All right, last one for me. Last one.
Yes,
All right.
last
Steve
one.
Martin,
All
Eddie
right.
Brickell.
I don't know if I've done this one or not. All right. Is it Rich? Did I already do that one?
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Yeah, we did that memory. That was
Okay.
some- yeah,
I'm terrible. Let's see.
You started God on High.
Start the car. I know a whoopee spot.
Where,
I feel like I've done all these. I'm really like reading this all
You
together.
did that again.
All right.
And then give yourself a ant.
That's
All
for
right,
me.
there we go.
For
That's
skipping
you.
around
So
too much.
All right. Well, that was that was fun.
I'm curious. Okay, I hate the like lyrics of stuff. Like I'll know the whole song. And go, I don't know what show it's from. But like I hate that I don't know those two playbills now. I really want to know.
It's all right. I'll send you the answers.
And the fact that you can't do it, like I'm really gonna be stressed out about that like now forever. Like I want to go find what that star flower looking thing is.
we kind of it wasn't fair, is what I'm getting at.
No, that was really fair. It's fair. It was all fine. I should know better.
So
I feel hurt.
I wonder how many Tammy got right.
Probably all of them.
all of
She's screaming at me for not knowing like the song like from freaking, I was saying Pal Joey again, Sweet Charity. She's going, I can't believe him. If I were on there, we would have run the $1 million.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't have a
Big
million
bucks, no whammy. Big bucks, no whammy.
That's hilarious. Well, Jamie, you want to play some music for us, man? Because what I would like to do is I'd like for us to try and sing a musical We're gonna create our own musical, which we did that with Abby Allen. We did it with Cards. I had a panic attack trying to show Cards.
Yeah.
But I'd like for us to be able to let's just create our own space musical, space disco musical. You call it, and we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna pitch our upcoming events.
Oh, wow.
What's that I hear? It's lasers in space.
Lasers in space.
Lasers in space. This is already going really well. I can tell. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, sci-fi's my genre.
March 27th, we're going to be at Inked in the Alley, Hattiesburg Pocket Museum. It's downtown.
I still have no events, nothing scheduled, but please come when we do.
What about things online? Are you doing anything online that people could see through YouTube or something on Facebook?
This is very Les Mis of you, all of us sort of rapping, and that really sucks because I'm not good at that. However, I will say that I have some videos from Southern Miss Opera and Musical Theater. They're gonna play sometime in April or maybe May. Really can't tell because of editing.
Because there's lots of things going on in April. Lots of things. This would actually be underscore. So turn it down, Jamie. It's underscore. It's underscore. You have to stay quiet. We want to hear the dialogue because it's not an opera. We will actually have spoken word. Last 3 weekends of April is actually live at 5 as well. And May 22nd is the Downtown Crawfish Jam. So if you like music, salt, and crawfish, that's the place to go.
Salty.
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 Bring the beat back. Bring the beat back.
Salty.
April and May. April. Oh, oh, is there a 2/4 bar in there?
Yeah.
I should have gone to rehearsal, Drew.
Yep. Salty.
We need Letitia.
Yeah.
Letitia, help us.
Add that track in later.
Space musical.
Add that track in later.
Upcoming events. Lasers in space. Les Mis. Les Mis. Laser. No, it doesn't
Magical
work.
beans.
Magical beans.
Beans, the magical fruit. Beans, the magical fruit. I'm sitting here, not gonna do. Beans, the magical fruit. Beans, got no fruit. Beans.
We want to thank Mike Lopinto for coming by. It was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Also, we'll put some links in the description to things they're doing at Southern Miss, Hub City Players. Please support the arts. Check out Hattiesburg Concert Association on social media. There's all kinds of things that they're doing. Things may not be normal, but the arts will persist, and it will persist through your support. So we appreciate you.
All right.
And man, this is great. Thanks, Mike. This was awesome.
Thank you. I am completely embarrassed and flabbergasted.
That's what we do at
Good
this
place to be.
show. We specialize in. Clap off.
Clap off.
Clap.